Hello, everybody. Welcome to Two Board Gamers. My name is Dave,
And I'm Dirk.
and today is release day for Arkham Horror LCG, The Feast of Hemlock Vale. So we got the Investigator box. We also got the campaign box today. We are not going to open this today.
Yeah, I don't like spoilers, so I don't want to see that one before we actually go and play, which if everything goes right, we're going to do that tomorrow.
Yeah, James will be joining us tomorrow, and we will open the campaign, and you will see us trying to go through it firsthand.
Probably failing miserably.
Yeah.
But
We'll see
we
how it
are
goes.
definitely opening this tonight, so that's why we're here, because I'm good seeing this.
Okay, so anyways, with that, let's see if we can investigate the table. All right, so we got the box here, so let's open it up. So we're gonna, when we get to the individual cards, we'll kind of do a little blow-up camera, but
Oh, well, this is the first time I've actually seen Dave open one of these. I hate the box.
yeah, the investigator box is really flimsy, but the campaign boxes are pretty good.
I mean, nice, pretty artwork, but look at that. It's thinner than a cereal box.
Oh, all right. So we've got the booklet, and the investigator booklet usually just talks about like there's any kind of new rules or whatever. So we've got bless and curse tokens, which we've had from Innsmouth. So we're playing with bless and curse tokens again, and they've given us a dial that looks like a bless and curse dial, which is kind of interesting.
So that sounds to me like there might be a lot of it in here. Okay.
Or there's more to it now, or there's like a bless curse
Ooh. Okay, so
stat or something. Let's see. So so it's got the bless and curse tokens. By default, the chaos bag does not contain any. However, certain card effects can add or remove these. So these would be cards like from Innsmouth or new cards, obviously from this set. So you get a +2 for bless, -2 for curse. You can never have more than 10 tokens in a bag, but they give us 10 tokens each because, in case you don't have Innsmouth. So,
yeah, so it doesn't look like they've changed the mechanic on them any.
well, that's what I'm curious what this dial is, though.
Oh, but I did notice
But the dials have up to 10 as
before you
well.
flip the page, I noticed the expansion symbol here looks like it's a little
Bob with ears.
Yeah. So it looks like a bunny
Correct.
rabbit or something. But if you look at the back of the box here, there's a card on here that says Wolf Mask. So I'm wondering if masks is going to be a theme for this.
Bless and Curse Tracker. This expansion includes a tracker for tracking the number. Oh, a Bless and Curse. Okay, so you can kind of keep track of how many are in the bag. Oh,
Okay.
That's cool.
We normally did that just by how many were left in the stack, but
Hey.
they would mess up sometimes, so
Yeah, that's good to
makes it a
know.
little easier here.
So then there's elusive. So this is a new keyword. Elusive is a keyword ability that appears on some enemies in this expansion. Elusive enemies represent enemies who want to avoid the investigators for their own survival or to accomplish their own goal. If a ready enemy with the elusive keyword attacks or is attacked, after the attack resolves, that enemy immediately disengages from all investigators, moves to connecting location with no investigators if able, and exhausts. Oh, interesting.
Okay.
So they run away.
So you have to chase them down. Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. This effect occurs whether the enemy was engaged with the attacking investigator or not. Bonded cards.
So they've had that mechanic before, but it looks like it's coming back.
Cards with the bonded keyword are linked to another player card. They also have no level and therefore, so we've had bonded before. And are not available as deck building options. Instead, the cards to which they are bonded will have the bonded card in parentheses. If your deck contains a card that summons one or more of these cards, and then there's frequently asked questions, which I'm not going to. So a lot of this is with Kate Winthrop because her big thing is with clues. So she's going to put clues on assets, from what I understand, and FFG just did an errata taboo list a couple days ago, and they talked about Kate's ability. And also, there's a couple scenarios that you can only play on certain nights. So I'm going to definitely make sure we have a copy of that FAQ when we play tomorrow. Okay, and then of course we have to have an advertisement for other products. So that's the most important thing. All right, so yeah, I'm not going to open that up right now. I mean, we'll build a dial before tomorrow, but those tokens we don't need. We have upgraded tokens for Bless and Curse, so those are just going to...
They'll sit in the bag.
They'll sit in the bag in the punch board. Okay, so at this point, we're going to switch to the blow-up camera so we can look at these cards in more detail. All right. So Dirk couldn't wait till tomorrow. So
I was impatient.
So he built a dial. So yeah, so we can, you can sit there and you can adjust it for, so like say Dirk put 2 curses in.
Hey, wait, why me?
And I put in 5 bless. So there you go. So yeah, so you can set the dial. So this will let you know how many, at a glance, anyone can know besides going, how many, because that's a question that comes up. How many curse tokens are in there?
We're constantly asking
and
that. How many are left?
Looking in the bag and stuff. So yeah, that'll help. That's pretty cool. Nice little feature. But let's get to the cards. So first Investigator we've got, and there's his little mini card, is Wilson Richards, the Guardian.
Okay, first thing I can think by seeing him is he looks like he's wearing corpse paint. He's pale.
Okay.
I don't know why, but just looking at that, that's the first thing I thought. Corpse paint. He's a Swedish death metaler.
Okay, or it's the lighting. All right, so Wilson Richard, he's a 3/3/3/3. He's a drifter. Reduce the resource cost of the first tool asset you play each round by 1. You get +1 skill value during skill tests on tool assets. His Elder Sign ability is +0. You may swap a tool asset in your play area with a tool asset in your hand with equal or lower printed costs.
So do a lot of the tools have charges?
That's what I was thinking. I was wondering. We'll have to see as we get to the cards. But yeah, that really good if you start running out of charges. And he's got 8 physical, 6 sanity.
I like the three stat line. That's pretty good, actually. I mean, he doesn't excel at anything, but he's not bad at anything either.
All right, you want to read the back?
So his deck size is 30. He's got, for deck building options, he can use any tool card from level 0 to 5, and obviously tools are his big thing. Guardian cards level 0 to 4. Neutral cards 0 to 5 and up to 5. Other improvised and or upgrade cards level 0 or 1. And I do like a lot of the improvised cards. They've got some really cool stuff, especially in the Survivor class. Let's see, deck building requirements do not count toward deck size, so ad hoc, so I'm assuming that is probably his item. And let's see, hasty repairs and 1 random basic weakness. So hasty repairs sounds like it's probably his weakness, signature weakness.
All right, yeah, let's look at his cards. So yeah, we've got his signature event.
Yep, improvised. Makes sense.
Costs 2. It's got 2 wild icons, ad hoc, improvised, upgrade, Wilson Richards deck only. Attach ad hoc to a tool or weapon asset you control. As a reaction, after
resolving an action.
Yeah, it's the lighting was throwing me off. After resolving an action ability on the attached event, or attached asset, exhaust ad hoc and discard a tool or weapon asset from your hand. Resolve the action ability on the discarded asset, ignoring all costs.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
All right, that makes sense. Okay.
He's definitely a tool guy.
So, and if he can get, let's see, are the cards that, I can't remember what they're called right off the bat, the ones that bring cards back from their Survivor deck?
Scavenging,
yeah. Are those improvised?
I don't know. Remember.
I'm trying to remember if those are an improvised card.
I don't think.
All right, so his signature weakness is the hasty repair. So, yeah, I was right on that one. Let's see. Revelation, put it into play in your threat area. While triggering abilities on assets you control, set your base skill level to 0. Ooh. Takes 2 actions to discard it.
Okay.
So
he loses his bonuses.
Yeah.
All right. This is a character I've been looking forward to. Kate is one of my favorites from Arkham Files. Lily is my absolute favorite, but I always like Kate as well. So Kate Winthrop, she's a 2/4/2/4 Misotonic Scholar. You begin the game with a Flux Stabilizer.
I know what you were going to say. You almost said it.
Yeah, for IP reasons. So it's a Flux Stabilizer inactive, side face up. As a lightning action, move one clue from Kate Winthrop to a science or tool asset you control with no clues on it.
Oh, okay. So tools definitely sound like they're going to be a theme.
Yeah, so we're probably going to get a lot of new tools. Plus, there's Scarlet Keys had some as well. When an asset you control with a clue on it leaves play, place that clue on your location. Elder Sign ability +0. You may move one clue from an asset you control back to Kate Winthrop. She's got physical 6, 8 sanity.
Okay, and her deck building. So deck size of 30, so standard deck size. She can use Seeker cards level 0 to 5. Science cards level 0 to 4. Insight cards level 0 and 1. And neutral cards up to level 5. Deck building requirements is the Flux Stabilizer, Failed Experiment, and a random basic weakness. And we'll let you guys look at the flavor text.
Yeah, and there's her mini card. All right, so then we've got the Flux Stabilizer. It's an asset. Item, tool, science, permanent. So she gets to start with it. That makes sense. Kate Winthrop's deck only as a reaction. When you place a clue on an asset you control, get +2 skill values for your next skill test this phase.
Okay.
And she's got more than one. Well, she's got lots of cards.
Well, so no, they have two sizes. So that's the active side. That's the inactive side.
Oh, right. I guess that's right. These are double-sided. So that was. Did I read the? Oh, I read the active side. Okay, so go ahead and read the in. This is a side that when you start the game, it's going to come in.
All right. So after a clue is placed on the Flux Stabilizer, search your bonded cards and discard pile for one copy of Aesthetic Current and shuffle it into your deck. Then you flip the stabilizer to the active side, and keeping all tokens and attachments. And so it looks like these are the Aesthetic Current Yuggoth. Do they have it? Oh,
yep.
It looks like they have different ones. Okay.
Right. Okay. So so this is the Yuggoth. It's an event. It's got a strength or fight icon. Science, bonded with the Flux Stabilizer. Play only
if it's active.
Well, yeah, sorry, I'm having a hard time reading with this light. Play only if the Flux Stabilizer is on the active side. Move all clues on assets you control to Kate Winthrop for this attack. You may use books instead of fight. If you succeed and the attached enemy is not elite, you may exhaust it and move to any location. Draw a card and then
move it to any location.
Move it to any location. Draw one card. Flip Flux Stabilizer.
Okay.
And then the other.
The other one is Yoth. Also play only if the Flux Stabilizer is on its active side. So this is an evade action. Move all clues on assets you control to Kate. And then for the evasion attempt, you may use books instead of dexterity. If you succeed and the target of this evasion is non-elite, then you shuffle it into the encounter deck. Ooh, that's nice. Draw a card and flip the stabilizer, so keeping all tokens.
All right. And then her weakness is a failed experiment. It's a blunder. Revelation. Test.
A blunder?
Blunder. Not a blender. It's a blunder. Revelation test will 3. This test gets +1 difficulty for each asset you control with a clue on it.
Ooh.
For each point you fail by, you must either take one horror or place one of your clues on your location.
Oh, wow. That sounds like an easy choice most of the time.
Yeah, but that's going to be pretty devastating for her. All right, and then the rogue.
Okay, so the rogue is Alessandra Zorzi. She's a drifter socialite. Her stat line is 3/4/2/4. So she's, 13. Okay. You can take a Drifter's Socialite. You can take an additional action during your turn, which can only be used to parlay. Her Elder Sign effect is +2. If you succeed, choose a non-elite enemy at your location or at a revealed connecting location and automatically evade that enemy. And she's got a 7/7 for health and sanity.
Okay. And then her deck building requirements. So it's deck size 30. Rogue cards level 0 to 5. Cards with the parlay action level 0 to 5. Neutral cards 0 to 5.
James is going to probably like her. He likes the parlay action.
Yeah, he does. Then she's got 3 copies of Beguile, Zamacona, and 1 random weakness.
Okay.
So, yeah, here's Beguile. We've got 3 copies.
Okay, so Beguile is an event. It's a trick. Fast play only during your turn. Attach Beguile to a non-elite enemy at your location. And parlay, either move the attached enemy to a revealed connecting location or perform a basic investigate or evade action at its location. Wait, is that or? Oh, yeah, it is an or. Okay. If you fail a skill test while resolving this ability, discard Beguile. You can activate this ability from any location. Oh, that's nice.
All right. And then her weakness is Zamcona, humanoid criminal. He's 3 fight, 3 evade, 3 hit points. He's elusive. So
first card with the elusive.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's got the elusive. So that's the one that we read where they'll run away. Spawn nearest empty location if able. Alexandra Zorzi cannot parlay with Zamcona. The first time Alexandra parlays each round, place 1 doom on Zamcona. So it's like, hello, Guardian, I'm going to be parlaying. You need to deal with this guy.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, and then this is the last one, right?
No, we got...
Oh, there's one more? 5?
Yeah,
there's 5. Yeah, that's right.
So this is the Mystic.
All right. Kohaku Narukami. He's the folklorist. Okay. His stat line is 4431. He's a scholar, and he's blessed and cursed. So we've got another character that's both blessed and cursed.
Yeah, kind of like the parallel Windy to play with that kind of stuff.
Okay, so as a reaction at the start of your turn, add either 1 bless or 1 curse token to the chaos bag, whichever there are fewer of. Oh, that's why we've got the counter.
So the dial is going to be very useful for that. Yeah.
Okay. Or remove 2 bless and 2 curse tokens from the chaos bag to take an additional action this turn. Oh, wow. Ooh, I like that. But I wonder if you can't remove 2 of each. I wonder
then you can't take that option.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Okay. And his Elder Sign ability is +2. Add 1 bless and 1 curse token to the chaos bag. He's got a 6 health and a 8 sanity.
So Sister Mary will like that he's putting bless in, but she's not going to like when he takes them out, though.
Oh yeah.
All right. And then his deck building requirements: deck size 30. Bless cards 0 to 5, curse cards 0 to 5, occult cards level 0, mystic cards level 0 to 3. So he doesn't get to play with the really good mystic cards, I guess. Neutral cards level 0 to 5. He's got the Book of Living Myths, Weeping Yuri, and 1 random basic weakness.
Okay. All right, so his Book of Living Myths is a 2-cost asset that has got willpower books and a wild on it. It's an item tome, blessed and cursed. His deck only. As a reaction, when a chaos token would be revealed at your location, exhaust the Book of Myths, search the chaos bag for a bless or curse token, whichever there are more of. In the case of a tie, you can choose and resolve it instead. Oh, that's nice. He sounds like he's going to be interesting.
All right, so we have the Weeping Yuri, 2/2/2, monster and a geist, aloof. He's aloof, elusive, and hunter.
Well, so wait, they run away and then hunt you back down.
Yeah, he likes to come from an adjacent
Okay,
location.
I'm thinking bow for this guy.
Yeah, and so prey is don't even know if I can pronounce his name. Kohaku Narakuma only. Force. After an investigator reveals a blessed token or a cursed token during a skill test at Weeping Yuri's location, if it is ready, it will attack that investigator. Limit once per test.
And it deals 2 sanity damage.
2 sanity damage, yeah. All right.
What was his sanity? Oh, okay, at least his sanity is 8. So.
All right, then we have Hank Sampson.
All right, so Hank Sampson is the survivor. He's the farmhand here. His stat line is 3153, so he can definitely fight, it looks like. He's an assistant, and he is a warden. Okay. You may be assigned damage or horror dealt to any ally assets or other investigators at your location. When you would be defeated by damage and or horror, instead, or as a reaction, instead heal all of your damage and horror and swap this card with its bonded resolute version. Either side face up. Okay, so he's got another card.
We'll get to that.
Okay, so and his Elder Sign effect is just a simple +1, so it's straightforward there. But he's got a 5/5 for health and sanity,
which is very low. But he's got another card coming. So his deck size is 35 cards. Survivor cards 0 to 5, neutral cards 0 to 5, and up to 10 other innate or spirit cards level 0 to 2. His deck building requirements is stout-hearted, wears paw, and 1 random basic weakness.
Okay. I don't know what it is yet, but I love that card. Where's paw?
Where's paw? All right, so now this is the, what did they call it?
This is the Resolute version, right?
Resolute
version.
Okay, so this is a double-sided card. So here's one of the sides of the Resolute.
Okay.
So go ahead and read that.
This one, Assistant Resolute, bonded Hank Sampson. Its stat line is a 3344. You cannot be healed. You may be assigned damage or horror dealt to an ally asset or other investigator at your location. As a reaction, when 1 or more horror is placed on you, draw a card. Elder Sign is +1, and move 1 horror from him to an asset you control. And he's got a 4 health and 6 mental.
All right. And on the other side, he's a 4163. So this is the fighting version with a 6 base.
Them's his fighting words.
Bonded Hank Sampson. You cannot be healed. You may be assigned damage or horror dealt to ally assets or other investigators at your location. As a reaction, when 1 or more damage is placed on you, gain 2 resources. Elder Sign, effect +1, move 1 damage from Hank Sampson to asset you control, 6/4. So it looks like when you die, it's like, do you want to be dealing with damage or do you want to be dealing with horror? You can kind of make that decision.
Okay, so his Stout-Hearted is a 2-cost event. It's got willpower, strength, and wild. It's spirit. Hank Sampson deck only. Fast. Play when you engage a non-elite enemy. Move up to 2 damage and or horror from Hank to that enemy as damage. Okay, that's pretty good.
All right. Dirk's favorite card from this set.
Where's Paw?
Which we're getting a little blur here. Okay, so where's Paw, which is a weakness. So this is a weakness that Dirk won't mind getting, I guess. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until an enemy is discarded. Attach Where's Paw to that enemy and spawn it at a connecting location if able. Attach enemy gains elusive. At the end of the round, Hank Sampson takes 1 direct horror.
Oh, ouch. Okay.
Is this no longer your favorite card?
Well, we'll see. He looks like he can fight, so as long as he can get to it, I guess it's okay still.
All right, and then now we're going to go into the player cards.
All right, so the first one we've got here is it's a 3-cost asset. It is the Ancestral Token. It's a pretty card, actually. You get 1 willpower skill with it. It's an item, Charmed and Blessed. As a reaction, after you defeat an enemy, exhaust Ancestral Token Add a blessed token to the chaos bag equal to your enemy's printed health for a maximum of 5. It's a accessory slot, and it's got 2 mental. No health on it.
All right. The next asset we have is a cleaning kit. Costs 3. Provides 1 book. Uses 3 supplies. Supplies on cleaning kit may be spent as if they were supplies or ammo on assets you control. Oh, okay. So it's extra bullets for your gun. That's nice.
All right. So next, then, here we've got the. Whoops. There we go. That's a katana. It's a 4-cost asset. It's got a strength skill on it. It's an item, weapon, melee. Fight. As a fight action, you get +2 for this. +2 fight for this test. If you succeed by exactly 2, you can exhaust katana to deal 2 extra damage to this attack. So if you can manipulate that, that's better. But I mean, it's still pretty dang good. And as a lightning action, you can exhaust the katana. As a fight action, you could use your dexterity instead of your strength for the attack, and that's a 2-handed weapon.
Okay. The next asset is, I'm going to think it's a Fuda. Costs 2. It's got 1 will icon. It's an item charm blessed. Uses 1 charge. Replenishes charge the first time a blessed token is revealed at your location each round. Ooh, that's nice. Lightning action. Choose a non-elite enemy at your location and spend 1 charge. That enemy loses the alert, aloof, elusive, and retaliate keywords until the end of the round. Nice.
Okay. Let's see. It looks like next here we've got the card that I saw on the back of the box that looked really interesting. The Wolf Mask. So this is a 1-cost asset. It's the Moon's Sire. Okay, I'm not sure what that means, but okay. For skill icons, it's got a strength and a dexterity. It is a item charm mask. Limit 1 mask per investigator. So sounds like there's multiple different options, but you can only have 1.
So we have a mask slot now, effectively.
Yeah, because there's no slot on here for it.
Yeah.
But it uses 2 offerings. Replenish one of these offerings after you engage an enemy. Oh, that's interesting. So it wants you to engage. So as a lightning action, spend an offering. You get +2 fight or +2 dexterity for the skill test. Limit once per test. Ooh, that looks like that could be a fun one to play with.
All right. And then we're getting to the events. So this is cost X. It's got 2 will icons. Absolution. Spell Blessed. Reveal 3 random tokens from the chaos bag along with X additional tokens. So no matter what, you get 3 random, but if you spend more resources, you can get extra. For each non-symbol token reveal, add a blessed token to the chaos bag. For each blessed token revealed, heal 1 horror from an investigator or ally asset at your location.
So it definitely encourages you to spend for that X.
Yeah, that would be really good with like Sister Mary.
Yep. Okay, so let's see here. Now we've got Guided by Faith. Oh, I like that outfit he's wearing. I'll have to see if I can get one of those. So it's a 2-cost event. It's got a strength and a book, icons, skill tests. So it is a spirit blessed. Investigate. You may use willpower instead of books for this investigation. Before revealing chaos tokens for this test, add 2 blessed tokens to the chaos bag. If a bless or an elder sign token is revealed during the skill test, discover 1 additional clue at your location. Okay.
All right. Next, we have a Hold Up, which is an event. Costs 1. It's got 1 fight, 1 agility, tactic trick. This is a parlay. Choose an enemy at your location and an item asset in your hand. Perform a fight action against a chosen enemy. If you succeed, instead of dealing damage, play the chosen asset, resolving the cost by each point reducing the cost by each point you succeed by.
Okay. see. Now we've got, let's see, Task Force. It is a 2-cost event.
Asset.
Or asset, sorry. No,
it is an event.
It's an event.
Sorry.
So it's got books, strength, and dexterity as skill icons. So it's a tactic double. I don't remember seeing that one before. As an additional cost to play Task Force, spend an action. One at a time, in any order, choose an investigator at your location 2. Oh, so you do all 3 of these? Yep. First one, resolve an action ability on an asset they control without paying its activation cost or action cost. Move to a connecting location and then discover 1 clue at their location. Any order investigator at your location.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Oh, that one's interesting. So you spend an action. So it costs you 2 actions to play this, basically. Or no, it costs you an action to play it. Yeah, 2 actions to play it. And then... But it gives an additional action. Okay, so it definitely gives more than it takes.
All right. The last level 0 event is Tinker. Cost 1. It's got +1 book, +1 agility, insight upgrade, fast, play only during your turn. Attach Tinker to a tool asset in your play area, limit 1 per asset. Attach asset takes up 1 fewer hand or accessory slots. Ooh.
Okay, Wilson's going to like that one.
A lot of people are going to like that.
Okay, so now we're getting into the skills here. So this one is Purified. It's an innate blessed, max 1 committed per skill test. You may commit Purified to any type of test. If this test is successful, for each point you succeed by to a maximum of 5, add a blessed token or remove a curse token from the chaos bag. All right.
All right. And now we come to the cards.
So now the Guardians are getting to actually play around with the blessed tokens a little bit more.
Now we get to the cards that cost experience. So this is an asset, hand-eye coordination, cost 1 and 1 XP. It's got a book icon and a fight icon. It's an insight, fast, play only during your turn. Resolve an action ability on a tool or weapon asset you control without paying its cost. Okay.
Okay. All right, so next we've got Strong Armed. So it's 1 XP for it. It's got a Strength and a Dexterity skill icons. It's an innate ability, and when Strong Arm is committed to an attack using a melee or ranged asset, this attack deals +1 damage. After revealing Chaos tokens for the skill test, you may take 1 damage to cancel that Chaos token. Return it to the bag and reveal a new one. You may do this any number of times. Oh, okay.
That's really good for some of those tokens that do crazy stuff for the scenario.
Yeah.
All right.
Elder thingy.
Yeah, that's usually the Elder thing. All right, so now we have, this is a card we've seen before, but this is the 2 XP version. Level 0, Second Wind, Will and a Wild, Spirit and Bold. Play only as your first action. Heal 2 damage, 3 damage instead if you drew a Treachery this round. Draw a card.
Okay. All right, so next we have got the Cleaning Kit. So it's the upgraded Cleaning Kit. It's 3 XP. It costs 3. It is a books and dexterity icons. Item tool uses 4 supplies. And supplies on Cleaning Kit may be spent as though they were supplies or ammo. May be spent as if they were supplies or ammo on assets you control. As a reaction, when a supply is spent from Cleaning Kit exhausted, the performing investigator gets a +2 skill value for this test. Okay.
And it still takes the accessory slot.
Yep.
All right, so now we got a 4 XP version of Blessed Blade. Cost 3, 4 XP, Will, and Strength. Item, weapon, melee, blessed. As an action, fight, you get +2 fight for this attack. If this attack is successful, it deals +1 damage. Return each blessed token revealed during this attack to the chaos bag. Before revealing Chaos tokens for this attack, you may exhaust Blessed Blade to add 2 Blessed tokens to the Chaos bag. And it takes up a hand slot, of course.
Okay. And then next we have got the Eyes of Elusia. It is a 4 XP, 3 cost asset. It's got willpower and strength. The Mother's Cunning. It's an item relic spell. As a parlay action, choose an enemy at your location. Until the end of the round, each investigator gets +1 skill value while fighting, evading, or parlaying with the chosen enemy. Place a resource on Eyes of Elusia as a charge. As a lightning action, search your bonded cards for Blade of Yoth and swap it with the Eyes of Elusia, moving all charges from Eyes of Elusia to Blade of Yoth. It takes up a hand and an arcane slot. And then the Blade of Yoth is, let's see, so it has no cost, because it's in play, but I'm assuming if it gets discarded, then you can do strength or dexterity for the skill icons, but it is also item relic. It's a weapon now and melee. So bonded to Eyes of Elusia, spend 1 to 3 as an action. Spend 1 to 3 charges. Fight for this attack. You may use willpower instead of strength. You get a +2 skill value, and deal +1 damage for each charge spent as part of this action's cost. A lightning action. As a lightning action, you can search your bonded cards for the Eyes of Elusia and swap it with Blade of Yoth, discarding all charges. Okay, so they can swap back and forth as necessary.
And they take up a hand and an arcane slot.
Hand and arcane, yes. Both of them do.
All right, so we got Flurry of Blows. It's a cost 2, 5 XP, strength, agility, and wild. It's a tactic, double, and fated. Play only if you control a melee asset. As an additional cost to play Flurry of Blows, spin an action. So this costs 2 actions. Choose a melee asset you control and take an immediate fight action with that asset without paying its action cost. Then repeat this effect up to 3 times. After the final attack resolves, if it is your turn, end your turn. And of course it's got Lily on it, which is amazing.
Okay, so whoops. So next here we have got the Miracle Wish. It is a 5 XP. And it's an X cost event. It has got the willpower and wild icons on it. I really like the picture on this one. It is a favor blessed. As a fast action, play after 1 or more blessed tokens are revealed during a skill test at your location. Search your bonded cards for Evanescent Ascension and put it into play. Place up to X resources on it as wishes to a maximum of the number of blessed tokens revealed. Remove Miracle Wish from the game. And the Evanescent Ascension, the Morning Star, it's a no-cost asset, or dash cost. Bonded, if it has no wishes, set it aside out of play. As a reaction, when an investigator at your location would fail a skill test, spend 1 wish and exhaust it. Resolve the investigator's... Oh, wow. Resolve their Elder Sign effect instead. Oh, in addition to all other tokens revealed. So, as an addition. Okay. So, I mean, it can have good and bad with it, but that is nice.
And the bonded card takes up the arcane slot.
Oh, yes, I didn't even notice that.
Okay.
I was too gaga over what it did.
So that was the Guardian card. So now we're going to the Seeker cards. So the first one is a chemistry set. It's a 2-cost asset. It provides a book. It's item tool science. As an action, exhaust chemistry set, investigate. If you fail by exactly 2, discard the chemistry set. If you succeed by exactly 0, gain 2 resources. If you succeed by exactly 2, draw a card. If you succeed by exactly 4, discover an additional clue at your location. So you want ways to be able to manipulate the results.
Yeah, okay, that's interesting. The way they do that one. All right, so now we have Dr. Charles West III. All I can think is Charles Emerson Winchester III from MASH. He knows his purpose. He's a 3-cost asset. He's got the book and strength icons. He's a science ally. You have 1 additional hand slot, which can only be used to hold a tool asset. As a reaction, after you successfully investigate by exactly 1 or 3, exhaust him to deal 1 damage to an enemy at your location. He has 1 health and 2 sanity. Okay.
All right. So we got a microscope. It costs 2. It's a book skill icon. Item tool science. As a reaction, after an enemy at your location is successfully evaded or defeated, exhaust the microscope. Place 1 resource on microscope as evidence. As a double action, you can investigate. You get +1 book for this investigation for each evidence on microscope, maximum +3. If you succeed, you may spend up to 2 evidence to discover that many additional clues at your location.
Okay. Okay, so now we have another mask. Notice who's getting all the masks, right? It's a mouse mask. The Meek Watcher. It's a 1-cost asset. It has mental and books. It's an item charm mask. Again, limit 1 mask per investigator, so same thing there. Uses 2 offerings. Sounds like we might have a theme with the masks here. Replenish 1 of these offerings after you reveal a location or put a new location into play. As a lightning action, spend an offering. You get +2 mental or +2 books for this skill test. Limit once per test.
Okay, so now we have a unique card. Most of the cards we've seen up until now has been 2 copies, with the exception of the bonded. This is a unique card. Ravenous Myconoid. Yeah, it's a 2-cost asset. It's got an agility icon. Creature, monster, flora, science. Limit 1 per deck. As an action, search your bonded cards for uncanny growth and add it to your hand. If Ravenous Myconoid has 3 or more growth on it, move each growth to your resource pool as resources. Record in your campaign log that you have classified a new species. So this is similar to the researched.
Yeah, and it looks like it's got 1. It does have a health and a mental.
Oh, yeah, so it's a 1/1.
You can use it for a soak if you need.
Right. And then Uncanny Growth is a 1-cost event, bonded. So this gets added to your hand. So you actually have to pay to play it. Bonded. Investigate. After the test resolves, place 1 resource on Ravenous Myconoid as growth for each point you succeed by. Set Uncanny Growth aside out of play. If you fail, return Uncanny Growth to your hand. Okay, so search your bond. Oh, so it's okay. So if you can make 3, great. You can log that in your campaign log. If you don't quite succeed by 3, then you'll have to spend another action to get Uncanny Growth put back into your hand again, so you could do it again. So it reminds me of the bonded, the research cards, like Archaic Glyph and those kind of cards. Curious if there's an upgrade version. I guess we'll find out.
Well, there's got to be something because what this?
Well, you put it in your log.
Classified a new species, so there's got to be some.
I would assume that's the research card for this set.
Okay, so next we've got a 1-cost event called Control Variable. It has the mental and books skills. It's insight, science, and cursed. Fast play. Play after an investigator reveals a curse token during your skill test at the location. Discover 1 clue at your location. Okay, so it's a way to actually put a silver lining to a curse.
Okay. So this is a 1-cost event. It's got will, books, and agility. Testing sprint. Insight double. As an additional cost to play testing sprint, spin an action. So the double is you got to spin 2 actions basically. 1 at a time, investigate your location and each connecting location once, each in ascending order of shroud, until you either fail to investigate or successfully investigate each eligible location. Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Another thing I think is really cool about this one is you notice how it's got the abacus on there and it's talking about sprints.
Yeah.
And as our sprints are used so much in developing and stuff in computers, I don't know.
It's the first testing sprint ever in the 1920s.
Yeah. I blame you guys for my pain. All right, so let's see. So now we have a 2-cost event, Thorough Inquiry. It's got the books. It's got an agility and a wild skill on it. It is an insight double. As an additional cost to play Thorough Inquiry, spend an action. Investigators at your location draw a combined total of 3 cards. You decide how many. Oh no, 5 cards. I figured it was 3. It's 5. You decide how many cards each investigator draws. All right.
So the opposite of King Arthur, instead of 1, 2, 5, 3. All right. Just for that, I'm going to throw the book at you. Throw the book at them.
It'd be the first time.
1-cost event. It's book and fight. Throw the book at them. Gambit, improvise, fight. Choose a tome. Choose a tome asset you control. You get plus X fight for this attack, where X is the asset's printed cost. If you succeed, you may either automatically evade the attached enemy, or after the attack ends, you may resolve an action or lightning action ability on the chosen asset, ignoring the cost, if any.
Whoops.
That was spinning right around. Oop,
All right, well, it's because it got transmorgified, that's why.
Yeah, and made the camera freak out.
All right, so Transmorgify is a 1-cost asset. It has got willpower and books on it. It's not a pretty card, not a pretty asset either. It's a gambit. It's a science gambit. It's a evade action. You may use books instead of books instead of dexterity for this evasion attempt. And if you succeed, and the enemy is non-elite, attach Transmorgify to it. Attached enemy gains massive, cannot move. As a reaction, after you evade this enemy, discover 1 clue at its location. Limit once per round. Oh, I like that. That's kind of neat.
All right. Then we've got a skill card here. Well funded. It's got a wild icon. It's a fortune. While you control a science or tool asset, well funded gains a wild icon. While you control 3 or more science or tool assets, well funded gains +2 wild icons instead.
Oh, that one gets better as it goes instead of some of the others that get worse. Okay. So next, all right, we are now into the upgrades now. So this is a 1 XP asset. It's a 4-cost. Gabriel Carrillo, Trusted Confidant. He's got a books icon. He's a Scholar and Cursed ally. It gives you +1 books. At the start of your turn, as a reaction, you can add a curse token to the Chaos Bag and draw a card.
And he's got 2 health, 1.
Oh, yeah,
sanity.
2 health and 1 sanity. Yeah, that's right.
So would he be a Dr. Milan replacement? Probably not. But he does get +1 book, which is good. But the card draw's nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It kind of depends on the deck build. But I could see him as a replacement.
All right, so we got Steady Handed, cost 2, 1 XP. It's got a will and an investigate icon. Talent science, limit 1 per investigator. When you would succeed at a skill test, exhaust Steady Handed. You either succeed by 1 more or 1 less. If you succeed by exactly 2, heal a horror. So here's a card that can help with that one where you needed to hit it exactly.
Hit a number exactly, yeah.
I figured they were going to get cards that do that.
Okay. Okay, so next we have fine tuning. It costs 1 XP. It's a 2-cost event. It's got books and dexterity. It's an insight upgrade attached to a tool or science asset you control. Limit 1 per asset. As a reaction, after attached asset exhaust fine tuning to ready that asset.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right, so now
Guardians wish they had that.
So we have the esoteric method. It's a 1 XP skill. It's got 4 wild icons. It's practice and it's cursed. After the skill test ends, add 1 curse token to the chaos bag for each point the performing investigator either succeeded or failed by. Oh, interesting. It's kind of like Promise of Power in a way, but you get the curse tokens afterwards.
Hey, Bob, look, you made it on the card. It's all right. All right, so next we have Prismatic Spectacles. So they cost 2 XP. Now they're 2-cost asset. Lenses to the Other World. Those are pretty. They have a book icon on them. Let's see, they are an item, relic, cursed. As an action, add 1 curse token to the Chaos bag. Investigate. You get +2 skill value for this investigation. If a curse token is revealed during the investigation, you may exhaust Prismatic Spectacles to discover 1 additional clue at your location. And they take up an asset slot. Or not an asset,
accessory
slot, yeah.
All right. Then we got a 3 XP event, cost 2, 1 will, 1 book, confound, insight trick. This is a parlay. Choose an enemy at your location. Test book X, where X is the chosen enemy's evade value. If you succeed, discover 2 clues at your location. Then, if the chosen enemy is non-elite, automatically evade it. It does not ready during the next upkeep phase. That's nice.
I do like that one, yeah. Okay, next we have the upgraded microscope. So this costs 4 XP. It's a 2-cost asset. It's got 2 book icons on it. It's item task science. Again, as a reaction after an enemy at your location is successfully evaded or defeated, place a resource token as evidence. Takes a double action to investigate. You get +2 books for this investigation for each evidence on microscope for a maximum of +6. If you succeed, you may spend up to 3 evidence to discover that many additional clues at your location. And again, it takes up 1 hand slot.
All right, so this is the first of 3 different Ravenous Mycoids. So this is the researched cards. So it's 4 XP, costs 2. This one is a skill book. It's creature science. Research, limit 1 per deck. As a lightning action, search your bonded cards for the Uncanny Growth and add it to your hand. So we still play the Uncanny Growth, of course. As a reaction, when an investigator draws a non-weakness treachery card, if their location's shroud is equal to or less than Ravenous Mound's growth, cancel the treachery effect and discard it. Remove all growth from Ravenous Mound, and it has 1 physical, 1 sanity.
Okay. Let's see. So the next one is that one was the sentient strain. This one is the carnivorous strain. It's got the same stats and everything, but let's see. As a lightning action, choose a non-elite enemy at your location with equal or fewer remaining health than the amount of growth on Ravenous Myconoid. Defeat that enemy and remove all counters from the Myconoid. He also has a 1/1.
Okay. This one is the Nurturing Strain. Still costs 2, 4 XP. This one has 1 will. Lightning, search your deck for the Uncanny Growth and add it to your hand, so that part's the same. Lightning, remove all growth from Ravenous Myconoid. Either heal that much damage / horror from Ravenous Myconoid, or move that much damage horror from an investigator or ally asset at your location to the Ravenous Myconoid, and he's a 3/3.
Okay. Oh, also one other thing, I didn't realize that they each had different skills. So the carnivorous one has a strength skill icon on it. So, which makes sense.
Okay. Oh, this is interesting. All right, so now we're getting to the rogue cards.
Okay, so the first one we have here is a 2-cost asset. It is Bianca Dykatz, or the cat, singing your song. She has got a dexterity icon on her. She's a criminal ally socialite. You can exhaust her to parlay, move X resources from Bianca to your resource pool. X cannot be any more than 5. Test dexterity X. If you fail, remember you owe Bianca X resources. Then search your bonded cards for the Bianca die-cat's enemy and spawn her at your location. Remove this card from the game. So you... Wait a minute. Hold on.
You'll see.
Wait. Limit 1 per deck, uses 10 resources. So... Resource pool. Okay, so she is resources, but you can basically tick her off by owing her money.
Right. And then she becomes an enemy. So she's 3/3/3, bonded, hunter, prey, the bearer only. As an action, if you owe Bianca X resources, spend X resources. Parlay. Add Bianca to the victory display. When Bianca leaves play, except by the above ability, shuffle her into your deck.
Oh.
And she does 2 strength, and she's victory 0.
So she keeps coming back unless you pay her off.
Right. You owe me money. Where's my $2?
Pa's got it.
My $2. You.
Okay, so now we have a blackmail file. It's a 2-cost asset with the willpower icon on it. It's an item, tome, illicit. As an action, choose a non-elite enemy at your location. Parlay, test willpower X, where X is that enemy's printed health value. If you succeed, that enemy disengages from each investigator and gains aloof until the end of the round.
All right. Then we've got a British Bulldog, 3-cost asset, 1 fight, 1 agility, item, weapon, firearm, illicit. So sorry, Preston. Uses 3 ammo. As an action, spend 1 ammo. Fight. You may use agility instead of combat for this attack. This attack deals +1 damage. As a reaction, after you fail a skill test while parlaying with an enemy, put British Bulldog into play from your hand.
Oh, so that's an optional. Okay, that's kind of nice. So you don't have to worry about ammo quite as much with them. All right, so now we have a 3-cost asset, Fake Credentials. It's got 1 book icon on it. It's an illicit item. As an action, choose an enemy at your location and exhaust Fake Credentials. Parlay. Test books 1. This test gets +1 difficulty for each suspicion on Fake Credentials. If you succeed, discover a clue at your location and place a resource on it as a suspicion. So the more you use it, the harder it gets. If you fail, you must either discard it or the chosen enemy attacks you.
Okay. So Dirk lied. He does not get all the masks.
Oh, see, this is mine.
I'm trying to get the camera to adjust that. Okay. So this is a fox mask. Cost 1. It is got
the Wise Trickster.
The Wise Trickster, yeah. It's got an intellect and agility. Item, charm, mask. Limit 1 mask per investigator. Uses 2 offerings. Replenish 1 of these offerings after you move out of a location with an enemy. As a lightning, spend 1 offering. You get +2 books or +2 agility for this skill test. Limit once per test.
All right. So then now we have a 1-cost asset. It's called the Scrimshaw Charm from Distant Shores. It's got 1 willpower icon on it. It's an item, charm, cursed. As an action, add 1 to 3 curse tokens to the chaos bag and exhaust it. Gain a resource for each token added. Gain 1 additional resource. So if you add 3, you get 4 resources. Okay, that's not too bad. It takes up an accessory slot. For each
get
token.
6.
No. You gain 1 automatically with it, and then if you do 3 curse tokens,
add 1 to 3.
Yeah, but if you add 3, you get 1 token for each token added, gain an additional. So most you're going to get is 4. See? Gain 1 resource. For each token added, gain an additional resource. You can only add 3 tokens. So at the most, it's going to gain you 4. But 4 for 1 asset.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you get 1. Okay. Okay. Then we have a bank job. 2-cost event. It's books, fight, and agility. It's a gambit, double illicit. As an additional cost to play bank job, spin in action. Investigators at your location gain a total of 8 resources. Distribute as you wish.
Okay. I kind of wonder what that double keyword is going to turn up doing.
Things cost 2 actions. Every one of them says that you have to spend an extra action.
Okay, yep.
So it's double the actions.
That didn't even click to me. All right, so now we have a one-cost event that has got a mental and a books on it. It is False Surrender. Parlay. Choose an enemy at your location and play a weapon asset. Play a weapon asset from your hand, reducing its cost by 1. You may then take a fight action with that weapon against the chosen enemy using dexterity instead of the skill indicated.
We got a little Die Hard action going there with the gun taped to the back.
Yep. I don't know, is it just me or is the die cutting off on that one a little bit?
Oh, maybe. Won't matter when it's sleeved. So we got a Grift, which is a 0-cost event. Book Agility, Trick Elicit. Choose an enemy at your location and test Agility 0. For each point you succeed by, gain 1 resource to a maximum of 6. If you fail, that enemy attacks you. So lots of resource generating for this particular rogue set.
Okay, so now we have I'll Pay You Back. It's a 0-cost event. Yeah, I believe it. It's got a willpower and a dexterity on it. It is a gambit trick. Sounds like a trick. I'll pay you back. Fast play. It's a fast play only during your turn. Choose another investigator at your location. Move all resources from that investigator's resource pool to your resource pool. At the end of the round, move all resources from your resource pool to that investigator's resource pool.
Oh. Hi, Preston. I'm going to borrow some of your resources.
Actually, I've got a Preston build. I wouldn't mind. I would be okay with that.
Okay. Stir the Pot. It's a 3-cost event. Will and books. It's a trick and a gambit. Parlay. Choose an enemy at your location and test books X, where X is the chosen enemy's combined damage and horror values. If you succeed, deal 2 damage to each enemy at your location. If you succeed by 2 or more, after this effect resolves, you may disengage from each enemy and move to a connecting location.
Okay. All right, so now we have Vamp. She's a 1-cost event, wild skill. It's a trick. As a parlay action, choose an enemy at your location and test any skill 3. If you succeed, you succeed and you tested willpower, remove 1 doom from the enemy. If you tested books, discover 1 clue at your location. If you tested dexterity, automatically evade that enemy. If it's non-elite, move it to a connecting location. And if you tested strength, deal 2 damage to that enemy. Oh, I kind of like that one. It's really versatile.
Okay, well, I really like this card. Diabolical Luck. It's a 1 wild skill. Fortune Cursed. When you reveal a curse token during a skill test you are performing, you may commit Diabolical Luck to that skill test from your hand. If you do, Diabolical Luck gains +3. So you can play it after you start drawing tokens, and that's pretty cool.
Nice. You notice how that monster in the background looks a little bit like a boulder?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, they tried to sneak that one in there. All right, so next we have Light-Footed. It is so we're into the skills now. It's a dexterity icon. It's a practiced trick. If this skill test is successful during an evasion attempt, you may automatically evade another enemy at your location. So it's a double evade. Oh, I like that.
And then Rita doing hurdles, it looks like. All right, so we got the upgraded British Bulldog. It's 2 XP. 3 cost. It's got strength and agility. Item, weapon, firearm, still illicit. Uses 3 ammo. As an action, spin 1 ammo. You may use agility instead of strength for this attack, and you get +2 skill value. This attack deals +1 damage. Ignore the aloof keyword for this attack.
Ooh.
As a reaction, after you fail a skill test while parlaying with an enemy, put British Bulldog into play from your hand.
Okay. All right, so now we have Snitch. It's a 2 XP. It's a 1-cost event. It's got books and dexterity icons. It's a favor trick. Fast. Play after you succeeded a skill test while parlaying. Discover 2 additional clues from among your discover a total of 2 clues from among your location and connecting locations. Okay.
All right. Then we've got Bewitching. It's 3 cost, but it's exceptional, so actually it's going to cost 6 XP, permanent. As a reaction, before you draw your opening hand, search your deck for up to 3 different trick cards and attach them face down to Bewitching and shuffle your deck. As another reaction, when you engage an enemy, exhaust Bewitching, either draw 1 attached card or search the top 9 cards of your deck for a copy of an attached card, draw it, and shuffle your deck. That's pretty good.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, people who use tricks are going to love that card.
All right, so here we've got 3 cost of or 3 XP event, Dirty Deeds, and they're done dirt cheap.
Actually, for 3 XP, it's not that cheap.
I know, but it still works with the song reference. It is a 1 cost event. It has got strength, dexterity, and wild icons on it. It's a favor double illicit, so as an additional cost, spend an action. Search your deck for an illicit asset and play it, paying its cost. Then you may resolve the action or lightning ability on that asset, ignoring all costs, including its activation cost, if any, or its action cost, if any. Playing this card does not provoke attacks of opportunity. Ooh, that is dirty. I like it. I'm going to play dirty now.
What do you mean now? Shh. All right. Then we have the upgraded Vamp. Cost 3 XP, 1 cost, 2 wild icons. It's a trick. Parlay. Choose an enemy at your location and any number of skills. Choose an enemy and any number of skills.
Oh, so you get to choose any number instead of just 1.
Oh, okay. 1 at a time in any order. Test each chosen skill. Difficulty 2. For each test you succeed by, if it was a will, remove a doom from that enemy. If it's books, discover 1 clue at the enemy's location. If it's agility, automatically evade that enemy, move it to a connecting location if it's not elite. And for combat, deal 2 damage to that enemy.
Okay, so it takes it from a 3 to a 2 on the test itself, and instead of just doing 1, you can choose any number of them to do.
Oh, okay.
That's the Okay, I like that. I was kind of wondering why it costs 3 XP, but it's because you can choose all 4 of them. Now we have the upgraded fake credentials. They cost 4 XP, 2 cost asset. It's got books and dexterity. Item illicit. Choose an enemy at your location. Parlay with that enemy. Test books 0. This test gets +1 difficulty for each suspicion of fake credentials. If you succeed, discover a clue at your location or a connecting location. If you do not, if you do not succeed by 2 or more, place a resource on it. If you fail, return fake credentials to your hand.
All right. So now we have Stir the Pot. It's a 5 XP, 3 cost, will, books. It's a trick, gambit, parlay. Choose an enemy at your location and test books X, where X is a chosen enemy's combined damage/horror value. If you succeed, deal X damage to each enemy at your location. After this effect resolves, you may disengage from each enemy and move to a connecting location. All right, so now we move to the Mystic cards.
Okay, let's see. Here we have the Cat Mask, the Capricious Meddler. It's a 1 cost asset. It's got willpower and strength. It's an item charm mask. So the same mask limit. Uses 2 offerings to replenish 2 of these offerings after doom is placed on a card with no doom. Okay. So spin an offering. You get +2 willpower or +2 strength for this skill test. Limit once per test. So this one you have to. It looks a little bit harder to refill it, to replenish, but you get both of them back. So that's kind of interesting the way they change that up a little bit.
All right, so then we've got a 2 cost asset, Rod of Karamagos, the Scepter of the Mad Seer. Item, relic, occult, curse, limit 1 per deck. As a lightning, choose a non-elite enemy at any location and exhaust the rod. Remove 5 random chaos tokens from the chaos bag. If a curse token is revealed, search your bonded cards for a random rot event and attach it to that enemy.
So there's going to be rot cards.
Yep, and here's the first rot card. Oh, each one's unique.
Are they all unique?
Oh, yeah, these are bonded. Okay, these are bonded to it. That makes sense.
Okay, so the first one here is the Abyssal Rot. Spell Rot Cursed. Attached enemy cannot attack. Forced when attached enemy leaves play. Set the rot aside out of play.
Okay. Then we've got Amber Rot. Spirit Rot Curse, bonded to the rod. Forced when attached enemy is defeated, gain resources equal to the printed health to a maximum of 5. When attached enemy leaves play, set it aside.
Okay, let's see. Next we have the Putrescent Rot. Let's see. Attached enemy gains -1 fight and -1 evade. Set it aside when it leaves play.
All right. Then we got the Scarlet Rot. At the end of the round, attached enemy takes a damage. When it leaves play, put it out of play, of course, just like all of them.
And then the final one here looks like we have Virescent Rot. Attached enemy cannot move. Okay, I'm wondering if there's going to be an upgrade on this rod to where maybe the upgrade would allow you to put a curse token in?
We'll find out. All right, so now we have Speak to the Dead. That's what Dirk does every night with Bob. It costs 1. It's a will. Uses 6 offerings as an action. Spend any number of offerings. Parlay. Choose a spell or ritual event in your discard pile and reveal tokens from the chaos bag equal to the number of offerings spent. If at least 1 skull or curse token was revealed, return the chosen event to your hand.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so next we have Wicked Athame. It's a Curse Blade. It's a 2-cost asset with Strength icon on it. That's an item, weapon, melee, cursed. As an action, add 1 to 3 blessed tokens to the chaos
curse
bag.
Tokens.
Or curse tokens. Yeah, curse. Yeah, that's right. Fight. You get +2 fight for this attack for each curse token added as part of the action's cost. If this attack defeats an enemy, replenish 1 charge or offering on an asset you control.
Okay. Then we have Antediluvian Hymn. It's a 2-cost event. It's got a will, a book, and a fight icon.
We're getting biblical here now, huh?
Augury, double, as an additional cost to play it. Spin an action. Reveal the top 5 cards of the encounter deck. For each card revealed, you may add a curse token to the chaos bag to place that card on the bottom of the encounter deck. Return the rest to the top of the encounter deck in any order. That's pretty cool. You can mess with the encounter deck, which is always good.
All right, let's see. We have a 2-cost event here called Drain Essence. It's got a willpower and a books icons. Let's see, it's a spell. As a parlay, choose an enemy at your location and test willpower X, where X is the chosen enemy's fight value. If you succeed, move 1 damage from your investigator to the chosen enemy. Up to 2 damage instead if the chosen enemy is non-elite. I kind of like some of these new cards. These can be interesting.
All right, then we have a Cursed, which is a skill. It's got 1 wild, innate, cursed. When you commit a curse to a skill test, add up to 3 curse tokens to the chaos bag. During this skill test, treat the modifier of each curse token revealed as 0.
Good thing this card's not a drinking game. It says curse on there how many times?
Yeah. But I like where you can turn the curses to zeros. That's
that is nice. Okay, so now we have mesmeric influence. So we're into the upgraded cards now here. So this one is a 1-cost skill, or it's a 1 1 XP skill upgrade. It's got a willpower and a wild icon on it. It's practiced. While this card is committed to a skill test, the performing investigator may ignore all keywords or location effects that would trigger during the test.
All right.
Huh, I wonder why they put that one there, because normally they put the skills at the back.
No, it's by how much XP it costs. It's the only.
Oh, okay.
It's the only 1 XP. Okay, so we have Olive McBride. This is the level 2 XP version of her. Costs 2. She gives 2 will. Ally Witch. As a reaction, when you would reveal chaos tokens, exhaust Olive McBride, reveal 4 chaos tokens instead of 1. Choose 2 of those tokens to resolve and ignore the rest.
Okay, so the other one wasn't it 3 and you chose 1? Now it's 4 and you choose 2.
Oh no, it was 3 and you chose 2.
Oh, you did choose 2 on
yeah.
that? Okay. Hey, well, we have the upgraded rod, so let's see what it does. So it's 2 XP. Let's see, still got the willpower on it. Choose a non-elite enemy at your location and exhaust the rod. Reveal 5 random chaos tokens from the chaos bag. For each curse token revealed, you may search your bonded cards for a rod event and attach it to the enemy. So wait a minute, what's the difference?
2 XP.
Well, yeah, the 2 XP, but... So... Okay, here, what do we got the difference? Well, you're not limited to 1 per deck anymore, it doesn't look like.
That's why there's 2 of them.
Okay, let's see, but... That's the upgrade. You're not limited to 1.
So you could do it twice a turn.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, everything else looks like it is the same here.
Yep.
See, for... Oh, no, the other one was if 1 is revealed, and the other one is for each one revealed.
Okay.
So you can have more than 1, and it goes for each. Okay.
All right, then we have a 2 XP event, costs 0. It's Call the Beyond. It has a will and a intellect icon. As its ritual curse as an additional cost to play Call the Beyond. Add 3 curse tokens to the chaos bag. Choose an asset you control with uses charges or uses secrets. Replenish all that asset's charges or secrets. Then you may resolve an action or lightning ability on that asset without paying the action cost.
All right, so now we have, let's see, Ethereal Form. It costs 2 XP. It is a 2-cost event. It's got the willpower, dexterity, and wild icons. It's a spell. Evade. Add your willpower value to your skill value for this evasion attempt. If you succeed, disengage from each other enemy engaged with you, and for the remainder of the round, you are ethereal, so enemies cannot engage or be engaged with you, and you cannot attack, deal damage to enemies. If a symbol was revealed during the evasion attempt, return it to your hand at the end of the turn.
Okay. Then we've got a level 2 version of Read the Signs. Costs 2. Will, intellect, and wild. It's a spell. Investigate. Add your will value to your skill value for this investigation. You may ignore any effects or keywords on your location which would trigger during this investigation. That's really nice. You can turn off locations that are annoying when you investigate. If you succeed, discover one additional clue at this location. If a symbol was revealed during this investigation, read the signs to your hand at the end of your turn.
All right, it looks like we've got an upgraded Spectral Razor here. So now this upgrade, it's 2 XP. So it's a 2-cost event. We've got willpower, strength, and wild icons. It's a spell still. Fight. Add your willpower value to your skill value for this attack. Immediately before the attack, you may engage the attacked enemy. This attack deals +1 damage, +2 instead if it's non-elite. If a symbol was revealed during the attack, return Spectral Razor to your hand at the end of your turn.
Okay. Then we have Ethereal Weaving. It's 3 XP, cost 1, got Will, Agility, and Wild. As an additional cost to play Ethereal Weaving, spin an action, so it's Spirit, double. Reveal up to 3 different spell events from your hand. One at a time, play each revealed event, reducing the cost by 1. While resolving each of these events, you get +2 skill value.
Okay.
You can chain a bunch of spells together. That's pretty cool.
All right, so now we have the Key of Solomon, Secrets of the Unknown. It is a 4 XP, 2 cost asset. It's got willpower, books, and 2 wild icons. It's an item, tome, blessed, and cursed keywords. As a lightning action, if there are more blessed than cursed tokens in the Chaos bag, remove 1 blessed token from the Chaos bag and exhaust the Key of Solomon. Heal up to 2 damage and or horror from an investigator or ally asset at your location. Also as a lightning action, if there are more cursed tokens than blessed tokens in the Chaos bag, remove a cursed token from the bag and exhaust the Key of Solomon to gain 2 resources.
So really going to utilize that new dial.
Yeah.
It's pretty much you put the dial in front of the Mystics player.
Looks that way.
Okay, so it's we've got Seal of the Elders. It's a 5 XP, cost 0. Will and Fight. It's a spell, pact, blessed, curse, fast. Play after a skill test at your location ends in which at least 2 curse tokens or 2 blessed tokens were revealed. If 2 curse tokens were revealed, search your bonded cards for 1 copy of the Servant of Brass and put it into play. If 2 blessed tokens were revealed, search your bonded cards for Keeper of the Keys and put it into play. If 2 curse tokens and 2 blessed tokens were revealed, do both instead. Remove Seal of the Elders from the game.
Okay, so yeah, this one definitely feels like it's screaming for Olive to be in your deck.
Well, yeah, which is why they gave us a new Olive. Alright, so first of all, we've got...
So the Keeper of the Key is the Celestial Word. It's an asset. And as a reaction, when a blessed token is revealed during a skill test at your location, deal 1 horror to the Keeper of the Keys and discover 1 clue at your location or a connecting location. As a forced action, when Keeper of the Key would leave play, set it aside out of play, and it has 4 willpower.
Okay, and the other key is Servant of Brass. It's a summon, bonded of course. When a curse token is revealed during a skill test at your location, deal 1 damage to Servant of Brass and 2 damage to an enemy at your location or a connecting location. When the Servant of Brass would leave play, set it aside out of play, and it's got 4 health.
Okay.
Now we get to Survivor cards.
Okay, the first thing we have is the Matchbox. So it's a 1 cost asset with a book icon on it. It's an item. It's a tool. Uses 3 supplies, so you've only got 3 matches. If it has no supplies, discard it. As a lightning action, during any investigator's turn, exhaust the matchbook and spend a supply. Your location gets -1 shroud until the end of this turn. So wait a minute, hold on. During any investigator's turn, exhaust it, and your location gets the -1 shroud instead of their location?
What?
That was kind of interesting.
During an investigation, exhaust matchbook and spend 1 supply. Your location gets -1 shroud until the end of the turn.
Why wouldn't you just do it on your turn then?
During any investigator's turn. You can do it on your turn.
Oh, until the end of this turn. Oh, okay, I get it. It just took me a second.
So you could help the Seeker out, basically.
Yeah, it took me a second.
Pelt Shipment. While Pelt Shipment is in your hand, your maximum hand size is reduced by 3. As a reaction, when the game ends or you resign, if Pelt Shipment is in your hand, reduce the experience cost of the next new card you purchased before the next scenario by 1.
Okay. So you're giving up you're giving up hand size. You're giving up 3 hand size
To get a discount.
to get a discount next. Okay. All right, so we've got Pitchforks, which is a 3 cost asset. It is got strength and dexterity icons. It's an item, tool, weapon, melee. gets pitchforks. As a fight action, you get +1 fight and deal 2 damage for this attack. If this attack is successful, lose control of the pitchfork and attach to your location. Your location gains. As an action, take the pitchfork. Any investigator at pitchfork's location may trigger this ability. So basically, you could drop it for somebody.
Yeah. So you get +1 fight and deal +2 damage.
It does take up 2 hand slots, though.
Right.
But you can give somebody else who doesn't have...
Like a guardian can't find their weapon or something.
Yeah, or you have an investigator who needs a weapon.
Right. All right, so we have the Sparrow Mask. Cost 1. It's will and agility. The Wanderer's Companion. Item, Charm, Mask. Limit 1 mask per investigator. Use as 2 offerings. Replenish one of these offerings after you take 1 or more damage and or horror. As a lightning, spend 1 offering. You get +2 will and +2 agility for...
Or. It's an or, not an and.
Oh, okay. +2 will or +2 agility for this skill test. Choose once per test.
Okay, so next we have the Elaborate Distraction. It's a 3-cost event that's got a willpower, a strength, and a dexterity icons. Looks like a fire is what it looks like. It's a trick double, so as an additional cost to play it, you spend an action. Playing Elaborate Distraction does not provide attacks or provoke attacks of opportunity. For each enemy at your location and at each connecting location, choose one. Automatically evade that enemy if it is non-elite, or deal 1 damage to that enemy. It is a fire, basically.
All right. Then we have a 2-cost event, a Push to the Limit. It provides a will and a fight icon. Tactic, improvise, choose a weapon or tool asset in your discard pile. Resolve the action ability on that asset, ignoring all costs. After the effect resolves, shuffle the chosen asset into your deck. Playing this card does not provoke an attack of opportunity. Oh, so you can get a weapon or tool back from your discard pile and then put it, and then you shuffle it back into your deck. Okay, that's pretty nice.
Okay, so now we've got Stall for Time. So it's a 1-cost event. It's got a willpower and books. Let's see. Parlay. Oh, it's a tactic trick. Parlay, choose an enemy at your location. Test willpower X, where X is the chosen enemy's fight or evade value, whichever is lower. If you succeed, exhaust the chosen enemy, but do not disengage from it. If it's non-elite, it does not ready during your next upkeep phase. If you fail, return Stall for Time to your hand.
All right. Then we got a 0-cost event, Wrong Place, Right Time, Will, Agility, and a Wild. It's a Spirit double, so as additional cost to play Wrong Place, Right Time, spend an action. Move up to 5 damage and or horror from your investigator to assets controlled by investigators at your location. For each asset defeated by this effect, draw a card. Remove Wrong Place, Right Time from the game.
Okay. I can see some change there where assets can heal themselves.
This looks like someone's throwing a brick at this guy.
That guy looks like Eddie, the Iron Maiden mascot, a little bit.
Oh, I was thinking...
That's who he makes me think of.
I think he was looking like the ghoul, the head ghoul guy from The Gathering.
Oh, maybe
the ghoul priest.
Okay, we're definitely, our brains are in different places on this one then, but...
Yeah.
Okay, so long shot is a skill. It is practiced. You may commit 1 long shot to a fight or evasion test against an enemy at your location or a connecting location. If the test is successful, deal 1 damage to that enemy. So yeah, you're basically slinging a brick at somebody.
Yeah, see, and your farm, your barn there next to your house. It's
because they tried to burn my house down. That's why.
They did burn your house down. Okay, so now we are at the XP cards. So this is a cost 1 XP, 2. It's a hatchet. I'm
going to name it Molly.
Agility, item, tool, weapon, range. As a fight, add your agility to your skill value for this attack. This attack deals +1 damage. If this attack defeats an enemy, discard Hatchet. Otherwise, lose control of Hatchet and attach it to the attached enemy. Attached enemy gains reaction. When an attached enemy is defeated, take control of the Hatchet. Any investigator at Hatchet's location may trigger this ability.
You basically buried the hatchet in their body somewhere.
Right.
When you kill them, you get it back. I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
So it's kind of like working kind of like the pitchfork.
That's fun. I like that. Okay. So now we have Persistence. So it's a one-cost skill. It comes with a wild icon. It's an innate ability. You may commit Persistence to a skill test from your discard pile. If you do, shuffle it into your deck after the test ends. Ooh, so you can... Ooh, this one you can play and keep playing it. I like that. Does it limit? No, you could do more than one of them in a turn. All
right. Then we've got an ally, the Devil. 2 XP, cost 1, will, ally creature cursed. When your turn begins, move 1 damage from your investigator to Devil. When Devil is defeated, deal 2 damage to each enemy and investigator at your location.
It's Devil, not the Devil. So that's important to remember. That's why there's more than one of them.
No, it's the unique icon.
But you got more than one card, so it's Devil. Oh no! The next one's an upgrade. That's the upgraded one that you're reading.
Oh,
those are one cost.
No, they're the same.
Oh no, there are 2. Okay, I just looked at it wrong.
You have 2 copies of it.
Okay. I just looked at it wrong. My bad. Okay, so now we have an upgraded Fire Axe. So it's 2 XP to upgrade. It's a one-cost asset. It's got 2 strength icons on it. Item, weapon, melee. It's a fast. As a fight action, if you have no resources in your resource pool, this attack gains +1 damage. As a lightning action, during an attack using Fire Axe, spend a resource. You get +2 fight for the skill test. Limit 3 times per attack. So you can get up to +6.
Nice.
See, the other Fire Axe was a +1, wasn't it?
I can't remember. All right, Hunting Jacket. It's a 2 XP, 2 cost asset, will, item, clothing, lightning action. Exhaust Hunting Jacket. Choose 1 non-weakness card from your hand and attach it face down to Hunting Jacket. Max 3 cards attached. Then gain 1 resource for each attached card. When Hunting Jacket is defeated, draw each attached card. And it's got 2 health and 2 sanity, and it takes up a body slot.
Okay. All right. Now we have the Mariner's Compass. Ooh, Silas has a new toy.
This is an upgraded one.
Yep. So it's a 2 XP to upgrade. It's a 2 cost asset with 2 books on it. It's an item tool. Exhaust the compass, investigate. If you fail, ready Mariner's Compass. If you succeed and have no resources in your resource pool, discover an additional clue at your location. As a lightning action, during an investigation using the compass, spend 1 resource. You get +1 book for the skill test for each resource. A limit 3 times per investigator, or per investigation.
All right, then we got Survival Technique. It's 2 XP, 2 cost asset with a agility. It's talent and science. As a lightning, choose a card you own that is attached to your location and exhaust Survival Technique. Add that card to your hand. As another lightning, during a skill test on a location or on a treachery attached to your location, exhaust Survival Technique. You get +2 skill value for this test.
Okay, let's see, now we have an upgraded Keep Faith. It's 2 XP, 0 cost event with 2 willpower icons. That's a Fortune Blessed. Fast action, play during any lightning action window. Add 4 blessed tokens to the Chaos bag.
Nice. Alright, so then we got Providential. It's a 2 XP skill, will, combat, wild, innate, blessed. If this skill test is successful, add a blessed token to the chaos bag for each damage or horror on you, whichever is less.
Okay. All right. We have upgraded Token of Faith. It costs 3 XP. 2 cost asset. It's got a willpower and a books. An item charm blessed. After a skill as a reaction, after a skill test ends in which one or more bless or auto fail tokens are revealed, exhaust Token of Faith. Add that many bless tokens to the chaos bag. If the test fails after resolving all effects from the failed test, the performing investigator may attempt that test again. Max once per test. And yeah.
All right.
That is nice.
And because we got the upgraded Fire Axe, we have to have an upgraded Dark Horse, which just makes sense. So 5 XP, permanent, limit 1 per deck. During the upkeep phase, you may choose to not gain a resource. While you have no resources in your resource pool, you get +1 to each stat. So it's the same effect as the other Dark Horse, except for you get to start with it because it's permanent. That's pretty good. All right, now we get to the neutral cards.
Okay, so the first one we have here is the Eldritch Tongue. It's a 2-cost asset. It's got a willpower icon on it. It's a ritual that uses 4 charges. You can play events with Parlay from your discard pile as if they were in your hand. So it's a way for people other than survivors to bring cards back. As an additional cost to play an event this way, spend 1 charge from the Eldritch Tongue. After that event resolves, remove it from the game. So you can only do it once per event, but still.
All right, then we got Bide Your Time. It's a 0-cost event. It's got 1 wild. As an additional cost to play, Bind Your Time, spend an action. So during your next turn, you may take 2 additional actions. So you're giving up 2 actions this turn to do 2 actions next turn.
Okay. I can see where that would be useful.
Yeah.
There's so many times whenever we're like, well, I got nothing to do now.
Right.
Okay, so we have Well Dressed. This is not me. It's a skill with a wild icon on it. It's Practiced Fortune. While it's committed to a skill test during a parlay action, it gains 3 wild. So for parlays, it's 4.
All right. Then we got Dawn Star. So now we're at the XP cards. Cost 1 XP. Cost 1 to play it. Wild. Ritual. Blessed. Fast. Play after revealing chaos tokens during a skill test at your location. Ignore the modifiers of each curse token revealed during this test. For each curse token ignored, deal 1 damage to an enemy at your location. Okay.
Oh, yeah, so if you're putting curse tokens in there, this is a good one to have.
Yeah, well, and it also works on somebody else's skill test as well.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Okay, so here we have the Occult Reliquary. It's, let's see, so this is a permanent, 1 per deck. Costs 3 XP. It's an asset. You have 1 additional hand, accessory, or arcane slot, which can only be used to hold a blessed or cursed asset.
Okay.
But we've only got 1 of them.
Yeah. All right, so we got a Broken Diadem. Costs 5 XP, 1 to play it. Wild icon, item, charm, mask. Limit 1 per deck, limit 1 mask per investigator. After a skill test at your location ends, in which both a bless and a curse token are revealed, put 1 resource on this card as an offering. Then, if there are 3 offerings on this card, search your bonded cards for the Twilight Datum and swap it with this card, moving all offerings from this card to that card, which is this card right here.
Okay, so in the Twilight Diadem, it is item, charm, masked, blessed. So again, it's got the 1 limit mask. As a reaction, when you reveal either a bless or curse token during a skill test, spend 1 offering and exhaust this card. Treat the revealed token as a Elder Sign instead, returning it to the Chaos bag. Then, if this card has no offerings, search your bonded cards for the broken one and put it back into play. So that one will just keep coming. Can just keep coming back. That's nice.
And now we get to the weaknesses. These are Dirk's favorite cards in this game. Revelation. You must either put main hand, obviously. You may either put main hand into play in your threat area or take 1 damage and shuffle it back into your deck. It cannot leave play except by the double action ability below. You get -1 health. And as a double action, you can discard main hand, and it takes up a hand slot.
All right, now we have the back injury, which you must either put back injury into play in your threat area or take a damage and shuffle it into your deck if you can't. So it's the same thing, except it takes up the body slot. I think we got a theme going on here.
Yep. Now we have the silver moth. You must either put silver, so same thing again, except for it's horror this time. So either take a horror or shuffle it back in your deck. You cannot leave play. You get -1 sanity and double action to discard the moth, and it's an accessory slot.
Okay. And then the last card we've got is the Vow of Driztelech.
Sure.
That's what I'm going to say. I'm sticking with it. So it's a pact. You must either put the vow into play in your threat area or take a horror. So yeah, it's the same thing, but it takes the arcane slot.
Yep. And
-1 sanity on this one. So
yeah. So
those are kind of cool. I like those actually.
All right.
Although the main hand could, any of them could really if you got the wrong build.
Well, yeah, like they're designed for each, the body one's not quite so bad unless you're a guardian. I mean, the maimed hand and the back injury could hurt.
The vow could really mess you over
if you're a mystic.
Yeah.
And a lot of people use accessories, of course. Okay, well, so that was the Feast of Hemlock Vale Investigator box unboxing. So, what do you think of these investigators?
So, I'm really looking forward to some of these abilities in here. I really like the way that now it looks like they're giving people outside of the survivor the ability to bring cards back from their discard pile. So I like that. I mean, I like some of the bonded cards that you've got with some of these. The little monster bonded one. What was that one called again? Let me find that guy. He was a.
The seeker one?
Was he a seeker? I can't remember if he was a seeker or the ravenous myconoid. That guy looked kind of fun. No, I really do. I like some of these cards. They look like they've got some really fun things to play with. I noticed that they're using of course they're using tools a lot with it. We kind of knew that was going to come in because we could tell that by looking at the investigators. But I like the way they're using the double action in here as well. The first time we saw that keyword, I wondered what the heck that meant. Now we know what it means, but they're playing with that. I like the masks. The masks are fun. So, and I'm not just saying that because I'm biased. Wow. I mean, they actually look like some interesting cards.
Okay. Yeah, so tomorrow the plan is we're going to start the campaign with James. So we'll probably create our decks and off camera, and then we could, because it takes some time to build decks, we could show our decks if we could show what we came up with.
Well, and we could do that, and
then of course we'll start the first scenario. But we know nothing about the scenario. I know what little I know is there's like day and night stuff, but that's all I know about the scenario. So it's over a course of a certain number of days and nights. So some missions you can do at the daytime, some missions you do at nighttime.
And I was looking at the back of the expansion, the campaign expansion box, and I don't know what. There's one card on here. It's a really interesting looking card, but I have no idea what it is. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a tarot card, but it looks like it's the same size as the rest of the cards.
I think that's the day-night card.
Oh, that might be what that is. That's kind of a cool looking card. I like that.
Yeah. So I believe, I believe the scenario setup is different if you do it during the daytime or if you do it at nighttime. And it's over the course of a few days. I can't remember what the article said, how many days it was.
Well, let's see. What does it say here? It says, an open investigation. Choose the new Hemlock Vale Isle to survey each day as each night brings fresh horrors. By day or by night. Scenarios are split between day and night, with monsters, treacheries, and locations changing depending on when you encounter them.
Yeah.
So it sounds like that we may not necessarily have to do them in the same order, so day and night can switch up on them. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I think it's like Scarlet Keys, where we get to choose the order that we do the scenarios.
And then it says it's a living community. Build trust with the residents of Hemlock Isle, where each relationship you nurture can impact future scenarios. So, yeah, it looks like, and they just show a snapshot. You can't really read it, but they show a snapshot of the campaign book, and it looks like, yeah, there's like notes you'll take for each of the. I'm assuming this is each of the people you're going to meet on the Isle.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we'll get to see, whether they like us or not whenever this is all said and done.
Yeah,
whether they're coming after us with the pitchforks.
Yeah, it might be like assets like Edge of the Earth did or something, possibly. All right. Well, so we with that we will end this video. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. This camera's a little hard to show.
Yeah, it's down here.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is not the right camera for that. But,
okay, guys.
All right, thank you. Hey, guys, you like that? We got more videos. There should be one right here.
There's one over here somewhere. Yep.
And you can subscribe down there. All right, thank you.